This happened in 2020, and I still cannot explain it. I had just bought a new phone, a cheap model, nothing fancy. It worked fine at first. Calls, messages, videos, everything normal. But one night, a notification appeared. A text message. I opened it, thinking it was from a friend. But it was strange. There was no number, no contact name, just the message. "Are you awake?" I stared at it. My heart skipped a beat. It felt wrong. I deleted it, thinking it was a glitch. Phones sometimes act strange. Nothing to worry about. Then it happened again. "Are you awake?" Same message. Same unknown sender. I felt a chill. Someone was texting me, but I had no idea who. I deleted it again and ignored it. Maybe it was spam. Maybe a system error. But then I decided to reply. "Yes. Who is this?" I waited. No response. Just silence. I turned off the phone and tried to sleep, but something felt off. Like someone was watching. I kept thinking about the message. "Are you awake?" It shouldn't have been possible. But deep down, I knew something strange had begun. I tried to ignore it, but the message kept replaying in my head. "Are you awake?" It was just text, nothing more, but it felt like someone standing beside my bed whispering. I checked my phone again. No messages. No unknown numbers. Nothing. It should have been gone, erased. But I still remembered the words. That night I turned the phone off. Completely off. No internet, no notifications, nothing. I left it on the table and went to bed. At 3 a.m. I woke up. The room was dark. Too dark. The streetlight outside should have cast a faint glow, but everything felt heavier, quieter. I reached for my phone out of habit. It was on. I froze. I had turned it off. I was sure of it. But the screen was glowing. A new message appeared. "I can still see you." My hand started shaking. I looked around the room, expecting to see someone. There was nothing. Just shadows. I deleted the message. I turned the phone off again. This time I removed the battery. No power. No chance of it turning on. I went back to bed. But I still felt watched. And I still don't know who sent the messages. The next morning I checked the phone again. It should have been empty, but there was a message. Not new, but the same one from before. "I can still see you." My stomach dropped. The phone had been off. I removed the battery. It was impossible. I turned it on to check the logs. No sender. No number. No record of any message. It should not exist. But it was there, staring at me. I tried deleting everything, resetting the phone, wiping data. Nothing helped. The message kept appearing. Sometimes at night, sometimes when I was using other apps. Always the same words. "Are you awake?" I started thinking it was a hack. Someone messing with me. But how? No number, no internet activity, nothing to trace. Then it got worse. One night I got a call. The screen lit up, but the caller ID was blank. No number. Just a ringing sound. I hesitated, but I answered. There was no voice. Only breathing. Slow, quiet breathing. Like someone standing very close. I dropped the phone. It kept breathing. Picked up the phone again, my hands shaking. The call was still connected. The breathing hadn't stopped. Slow. Steady. Like someone listening. I said hello, but there was no answer. Just the sound of air moving, faint but real. I checked the screen. No number. No contact name. Just a call. An impossible call. I ended it. Silence. For a moment I thought it was over. Maybe a glitch. Maybe my imagination. Then the phone vibrated. A new message. Are you afraid? My heart pounded. I wanted to delete it, but my fingers wouldn't move. I stared at the words. Someone knew I was scared. But how? I turned the phone off again. This time I put it in a drawer, far from me. No lights, no notifications, nothing. I tried to sleep. But I kept thinking about the call. The breathing. The message. Are you afraid? I told myself it wasn't real. Phones can't do that. Messages don't appear from nowhere. But deep down I knew something was wrong. Something was watching. And it was using my phone to talk to me. I stopped using the phone after that. I left it on the table, screen down, hoping it would go silent forever. No calls. No messages. No strange notifications. For 2 days it stayed quiet. Then it happened. I was sitting in the living room when I heard the notification sound. The same tone I always used. I froze. My phone was on the table. I hadn't touched it. I picked it up slowly. A new message. Are you still there? My hands went cold. I hadn't turned the phone on. I was sure of it. But the screen was glowing. I opened the message. No sender. No number. Just the words. Are you still there? I deleted it. But another message appeared. I can see you. I dropped the phone. It hit the floor, screen facing up. A photo was on the display. It was my room. Taken from the corner. No one should have been there. But in the photo, something was standing. Not clearly. Not human. Just a shape. Watching. I screamed. When I picked up the phone again, the photo was gone. No message. No image. Nothing. But I still felt it. Someone had been watching. And they weren't done. I tried to convince myself it was a glitch. Phones do strange things. Cameras capture random reflections. Nothing supernatural. Just technology acting up. I turned the phone off and left it in another room. But I couldn't stop thinking about the photo. Someone standing in my room. Watching. I checked every corner of the house. Under the bed. Behind the curtains. In the closet. Nothing. No footprints. No signs of entry. The doors were locked. The windows untouched. It should have been impossible. I told myself I imagined it. Then the phone rang. Not the one I had left in the other room. This time it was my old phone. The one I had stopped using months ago. It was in a drawer. No SIM card. No internet. It shouldn't have been able to ring. I opened the drawer. The screen was on. A call. Unknown number. I hesitated. My hand shook as I answered. There was silence. Then a voice. Not human. Low. Distorted. It said one thing. I am still here. I dropped the phone. The call continued. Even on the floor. Even without me holding it. Breathing. Slow breathing. Like someone very close. Watching. Waiting. Didn't pick it up. I stared at the phone on the floor, heart hammering. The screen was still glowing, the call still connected. I could hear breathing. Slow. Steady. Like someone standing in the room. It made no sense. The phone should have stopped working the moment it hit the ground. No power. No contact. No signal. But the call continued. I backed away. My hands were shaking. I wanted to run, but my legs wouldn't move. The breathing got louder. Closer. I told myself it was impossible. Phones don't talk. Calls don't come from nowhere. Photos don't take themselves. Yet something was happening. I forced myself to step forward. I needed to end it. I reached for the phone. The moment my fingers touched it, the call stopped. Silence. The screen went black. I exhaled, shaking. It was over. Or so I thought. Because when I turned around, something was standing in the doorway. Not clearly. Not fully. Just a shape. Watching me. I blinked. It was gone. No sound. No movement. Nothing. I convinced myself it was a shadow. But deep down I knew. Something had been there. I tried to tell myself it was imagination. Shadows play tricks. The brain creates shapes where none exist. That was all it was. A trick. But I kept thinking about it. The shape in the doorway. It hadn't looked human. Not really. Just a darker patch of air, something that didn't belong. I stared at the spot for a long time, waiting for it to return. It didn't. I checked every room again. Empty. The doors were locked. Windows untouched. Nothing out of place. So why did it feel different? The air was heavier. Quieter. Like the house was holding its breath. I sat down, trying to calm myself. I told myself I was exhausted. Stress makes people see things. Sleep deprivation plays tricks on the mind. That made sense. Until I heard the sound. A small noise. Coming from the phone. The one I had thrown aside. I froze. It couldn't be. I hadn't touched it. Slowly I turned my head. The phone was glowing. Not the screen. The entire device. A faint light pulsing from inside it like something breathing. I wanted to move but I couldn't. The light grew brighter. Then it stopped. The screen turned on. A message. No sender. No number. Just words. I am closer now. My stomach dropped. I backed away. The phone shouldn't have been able to do that. It shouldn't have been alive. But it was. And whatever was sending the messages. It was still watching. Wanted to ignore it. To convince myself it was a trick. A glitch. Some software error. Phones can do strange things, but they cannot speak. They cannot watch. They cannot send messages without a sender. Yet the message was there. I am closer now. I stared at it. My hands were cold. I wanted to delete it, but something stopped me. A feeling. Like deleting it would change nothing. I looked around the room. Nothing. No movement. No sound. But the air felt different. Heavier. Like someone else was breathing. I stepped toward the phone. Slowly. My reflection appeared on the screen. Just my face. For a second. Then it changed. The reflection blinked. I froze. Reflections don't blink. I stared harder. It happened again. Not me. Something else. A shape behind me. I turned. No one. Just the empty room. I laughed nervously. It was stress. My imagination. The human mind sees patterns where none exist. I turned back to the phone. The reflection was gone. Just my face again. But my expression was wrong. I wasn't smiling. The reflection was a small, twisted smile. My stomach dropped. I touched the screen. The reflection moved. Not me. It reached out. Slowly. Its hand pressing against the glass. I pulled my hand away. The reflection stayed. Watching. Smiling. I backed up. My heart pounding. This couldn't be real. Phones don't do that. Reflections don't move. But I saw it. I know what I saw. And now I understand something. It was never just a phone. Something had gotten inside it. And it was learning. Tried to convince myself it was a trick. A reflection glitch. Light and angle playing games. The human brain searches for patterns, even when none exist. That was the only explanation. But I couldn't stop thinking about the smile. The reflection hadn't been mine. I checked the phone again. It was dark. No message. No light. I picked it up slowly. Cold. Heavier than it should be. I turned it over. Nothing unusual. Just a phone. A broken phone, maybe. I told myself it was over. I walked to the drawer and put it inside. Far away. I closed the drawer. Silence. I waited. No sounds. No notifications. Good. It was done. I sat down, breathing slowly. Maybe I imagined everything. Stress. Lack of sleep. That made sense. Then the drawer moved. Not violently. Not suddenly. Just a small shift. Like something inside had pushed it. I froze. I stared at it. The drawer was closed. I had closed it. So why did it move? I told myself it was nothing. Old furniture. Settling. I exhaled. I stood up. I opened the drawer. The phone was gone. My heart stopped. It had been inside. I saw it. I placed it there. Now it was gone. No trace. No sound. Nothing. I searched the room. Under the furniture. Behind objects. Nowhere. I laughed nervously. Impossible. Phones don't disappear. But mine did. And then I saw something on the floor. A small piece of paper. I hadn't put it there. I picked it up. Words written in small, messy handwriting. Are you still looking? I dropped it. My hands shaking. No one had been in the house. No one could have written it. But it was there. And I understood something. The phone was never the problem. It was just a doorway. And something had crossed through.